Now, with the reveal of a certain scene from the last chapter, I feel like massive implication has arose in terms of Kaido's true identity, and obviously if you didn't know what I'm talking about, I am referring to the scene with Yamato. And something very interesting happened in the last chapter, and I think I may have solved the puzzle regarding Kaido's origin. Now, this is a theory that's been around for a very long time, one that a lot of us have been theorizing about ever since he was revealed. I actually made a video 5 years ago about this, and I'm sure a lot of people have also done the same thing, but that's besides the point, because new information has been revealed and I'm adding more onto that theory. Granted, it is not information that was groundbreaking by any stretch of the word, because I am basing this solely on Yamato's tease transformation, but I think Oda is setting something up here, something massive here, something that he's going to go more in depth in as we move forward. But let's start from the beginning. Now, ever since Yamato was revealed, I had a lot of questions as to what she was, because not only did she inherit Kaido's monstrous strength, as she was capable of one-shotting an ancient zone user, but she also has real horns. Granted, they do look a little bit different than Kaido's, but I think the point still stands. But with Yamato, we're getting hints here and there that she also has some sort of natural defense like Kaido, as we see in the last couple of chapters, whereas she's able to tank cannon fire with ease, to the point that it doesn't really do much damage on her, and even Momo makes a comment as to why she's able to survive the explosion. And this scene right here basically confirmed it for me that Kaido's toughness might be hereditary, a trait that has been passed on, meaning that lineage is a factor here. Again, which is a lot different than Big Mom's version, which I initially thought was the same as Kaido, but we see that none of Big Mom's kids have this incredible durability that makes her almost unstoppable. That seems to be something that only applies specifically to her. And so far, the only individuals that have natural horns in the story are certain types of fishmen like Jack, hybrids like Dillinger, and of course the ancient giants, meaning Oars and Orange Jr. And I have always been of the mindset that Kaido was most likely a descendant of this race, or maybe even a hybrid, because they were known for their insane physical capabilities, as Oars was apparently capable of pulling continents. And interestingly enough, there is a theory that surrounds that idea that Wano was pulled together by the ancient giants, which sort of explains why the weather is drastically different on specific parts of the island, and Onigashima is the remnant of said ancient giant. What you also need to take into account is that Kaido chose to occupy this island and most likely renamed it to Onigashima, as this wasn't originally what the island was called by, as stated by Marco. And as you guys know, Onigashima stands for Demon Island, and I feel like the reason Kaido chose this island was because it ties back to his origins, and perhaps he has some attachment here. Time and time again, we've seen so many imagery in Onigashima relating to demons, and of course it fits the theme of the island overall, with the statues, the giant skull, the horns, the many shrines that we see which have ties to demons in Japanese lore, and even with the numbers, as they are also part of the demon giant race. Granted, these guys are actually failures, so they don't really count, but the fact that he has them there as well kind of ties him back to the ancient giants. But I feel like the theme about demons is something that we're seeing everywhere when it comes to Kaido, even with his club, as this is a weapon that the ONI in Japanese lore uses. I think there's no doubt that Kaido has some sort of innate demonic abilities, or even a demon transformation that we're not aware of yet. I feel like there's just so many things relating to demons that I doubt Oda would completely leave this out without it having some sort of substance to Kaido. I mean, even before we got into Wano, Kaido being an Oni was one of the main theories given the many symbolisms shown so far, and I think we were about to see that in the last chapter with Yamato. Now, I did say in my chapter review that Yamato's transformation was most likely a Zoan Endeavor Fruit ability, maybe an ancient or a mythical, but after looking back on certain key details Oda left out, I'm starting to think that this transformation might not be Devil Fruit related, and that this could be something much more. And I believe that this form that Yamato is about to turn to is a natural ability of those who are related to the ancient giants, and it might even be a case where Kaido is an outlier even within his own lineage, whereas he's one of a kind. And of course, Yamato being Kaido's daughter, she inherited this transformation as well, and this wouldn't be the first time we've seen a transformation similar to this. Dillinger has actually shown us that despite having human traits for the most part, he can actively change his appearance at will. Granted, it is not a drastic transformation, but we've seen him change his appearance to some degree, whereas not only does he have sharp teeth, but also grows dorsal fins on his back as well. Now, I think that we are going to get something similar with Yamato, but to a much higher degree, and Yamato using this form could show us a glimpse of what Kaido is truly capable of. And I think as Yamato transforms, the traits of the ancient ancient giants become more apparent. Maybe her skin tone turns red, similarly to that of ores. And this could also make sense as to why Kaido is called a creature. And this is a term that several characters have used in reference to Kaido, and I honestly doubt that it has anything to do with his Devil Fruit ability. I think it would make more sense if Kaido having this ancient demon transformation on top of his mythical dragon transformation from his Devil Fruit. With these two transformations combined, it changes him completely into something that cannot be recognized, and this could be the reason as to why he's known to be a creature, because this form just changes him completely into something else. Again, I feel like there has to be more to Kaido, and obviously we're not there for the reveal yet, but I think something huge is coming in regards to Kaido, not just in terms of his power, but also deeper things regarding his origin. Now, there is a possibility that this could all be false and Yamato does actually have a Devil Fruit, but I think it was definitely worth speculating about because Kaido is still a mystery for the most part, and Oda might be laying pieces here and there without giving the whole picture. But I think it would be cool if a glimpse of his origins would be revealed through Yamato, given that she is connected to him through lineage. Now, in terms of if she actually does have a Devil Fruit, what Devil Fruit do I think she's gonna have? Now, there's really one fruit that I think would be cool and different, but would still fit into the mold of dragons as to fit the theme of Kaido's crew, and that would be a mythical dragon Devil Fruit, the Western Dragon. Now, I'm not sure if this would fit into the ancient class or the mythical class, because we know that the Western Dragon is a creature that actually existed in the One Piece timeline, specifically during Ryuma's time when he killed a dragon in the Flower Capital. So technically it might fall under the term of ancients, but at the same time Robin also states that the Western Dragon that they encountered in Punk Hazard was said to be something of myths, a creature that only existed in legends and stories. So Robin's words implies here that the Western Dragon would fall into the mythical class. But again, given that she's Kaido's daughter, I think it would make more sense that it could be classed as a mythical, just because Kaido is also mythical as well, right? That portrayal. But this would be a cool contrast between Yamato and Kaido, whereas they have some sort of opposing mythical, dragon types, the Western Dragon being Yamato and the Eastern being Kaido. But overall, I am excited for what's to come because things are getting really interesting. But anyways, what do you guys think about this discussion / theory? You think Yamato has a Devil Fruit ability, or could this be an ability relating more to her lineage? Comment down below what you guys think. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe for more One Piece content on this channel. But it is fair, guys, and I will see you folks later. Peace.